thank you so much for coming back to my channel, Thread Level Midnight. Today I have a what sold in January of 2022 video for you, and we did pretty great this month for sure. Had one of my highest months ever. Definitely higher than last January, that's for sure, and a lot of good sales. So let's get right into it. I got my Hufflepuff mug right here. That's right, I am a Hufflepuff, and I don't want to hear anything about it. You know, Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff. Okay, he's freaking Batman. So anyway, this month I sold 64 items for a gross of $8,147.29, making my average sale price $127, and my average take-home profit after fees, after cost of goods, $79. So that is pretty great. $70 is kind of like my cutoff for like when I'm shopping. No matter where I'm shopping, I'm trying to get at least $70 profit from each item, and I definitely don't always get that. Like if I know something will sell a lot quicker, then I'll be like, okay, I can make 40 or 50 bucks on this. And then of course that it balances out with some things that I source from online or the Real. You know, those Veronica Beard blazers especially help a lot. So, you know, those I have $150 pure profit. So it evens out. But so anyways, let us get to the list here. Okay, so as usual, we are doing what sold for over $150. And that is 13 items. Coming in at the bottom of the list, we're gonna go from least exciting to most exciting. And this was actually covered in my how to find stock photos video that I did a couple weeks ago, and it already sold just like I thought it would. This was the Emerson Fry Ava puff shoulder black velvet midi dress. I sourced this from Depop, yes, from Depop, for $50 including shipping, and I sold it on eBay for $150. On eBay, I always let the buyer, I always have the buyer pay for shipping, and that always seems fine, and I just do calculated shipping. So once you put in the weight, then it calculates, eBay automatically calculates how much shipping will be for them based on their shipping address. So you don't have to worry about, oh, did I charge enough? Since this is a heavy item, am I gonna get screwed when I'm paying shipping? Just let them pay. I feel like eBay buyers in general are kind of used to paying for shipping, whereas Mercari, I always offer free shipping because that also helps to offset. On Mercari, you can't offer, as a buyer, you can't offer any less than 25% off the asking price. So since I price my items really high, I make sure to offer free shipping on Mercari to kind of offset, because they can only offer me 25% off on my listing price. So anyway, back to what I was doing. The Emerson Fry dress sold for $150, so I profited $87.88. So very happy with that. That brought up my margin, obviously. Emerson Fry is crazy. Like when I was steaming that dress, I was like, this is kind of just a thin little black velvet dress. Like just because it has this Emerson Fry tag means people are gonna pay a lot for it. And y'all, this only sold in 3 days. So I love the brand. I just thrifted some leggings yesterday at Goodwill. Hold on, I have my door open and somebody is smoking cigarettes and it smells disgusting. Animals, disgusting habit. I smoked like for 8 months in college. So anyway, as I was saying, Emerson Fry, and I mean, it was like a silk blend velvet and everything, but this is just why I love to source off of brand more than style too. But I'm not one of those people who just gets things no matter what brand it is because it has a cute style at all. I like the added value that the little label, the words on the label adds to the product for sure. That's just how it be. So our next one sold on Poshmark, and this one sold during a big sale I had. I marked things like 40% off because it was a slow sales week, so I had to generate some sales. This was the New with Tag Ackler Cathedral Draped Midi Dress. This was a really cool dress. I mean, most Ackler things are really cool, like this really architectural and really unique, interesting things going on. And this one, I am okay with the price that I sold it for because I bought this from the Real. It was New with Tag, but what it didn't say, you know, the Real said that it was pristine, no flaws, all that. But they neglected to say, or probably even notice, that it did not have the slip dress that comes underneath it, which is it was kind of a specific shape, like it matched to the V-neck and everything. So I didn't know whether or not to try to return it. It was final sale, but they let you, the Real has really good customer service, and they'll let you return things if there's something wrong, right? So I paid up $70 for this, which I would do again, honestly, because Ackler usually has a really fast sell-through rate. And like I said, it has unique stuff that people really like that's really on trend right now. And it was New with Tag. It was about to be really in season. So that I would do that again. But someone snagged it really fast when I sent out offers. And so I sold this on Poshmark for $153 with a $150 shipping discount. So my net profit on that one was only $50.90. But again, I needed money at that time, and I have all these assets just sitting here that can get me money. So that's really great. And $50, like even if anything that I went out and got could get me $50 every time, that would still be amazing. So that's fine. Like I try not to get too bogged down and stuff like that. And it's not like I made a bad purchase. I was just running a sale, and somebody, you know, I wanted people to really like the things that I got, and they did, so they snagged it. Number 11, this was the Kate Spade Alpaca Back Bow Long Oversized Boxy Blazer Coat in camel. I figure I might as well read my entire keyword filled title that I make, just like why not tell you all the keywords that I use. So this one I actually sourced from an Uptown Cheapskate store, which if you don't have that in your area is like a Crossroads or a Buffalo Exchange. It's a buy-sell trade store. And this one actually sat for a lot longer than I thought it would. Kate Spade stuff does really well for me. And this one actually also sold during my big sale. So I purchased it for $65. Which it was alpaca, it was a coat, it was in season, it was Kate Spade. So I guess maybe in retrospect it was, I don't know, I guess Kate Spade stuff is usually more colorful, or I'm not really sure honestly what the deal with this one was, but sold it on Mercari for $184, which is pretty dang good, and it kept my profit margin right where I wanted it at a net profit of $76.93. So not a bad profit for it being a sale of like 40% off. Number 10, you guys might remember this amazing dress from a few videos ago from when I online sourced a whole bunch of stuff. This is the For Love and Lemons Winnie embroidered golden yellow lace bodysuit maxi dress. I fell in love with this dress when I first saw it, and I actually bought it in a bundle with an Alexis jumpsuit that has yet to sell because I will not compromise on price on that one. This one I didn't want to sell for as low as I did at all, but it was one of those times when there's this one person who really wants it, and they kept sending me offers and like kept making like nice comments like, let me know if you decide to lower it to this price and blah, blah, blah. And I finally told them that I would be able to go no lower than $185, but I bought it for $85. So like, I didn't even want to go that low. And this dress is like, I mean, it's not one of a kind, but it's so pretty. Like it's like a photo shoot dress, like maternity shoot, or I don't know, like engagement shoot, whatever. It's an event dress and for spring, and I bet you I could have sold it for like $235 at least. So yeah, but I sold it for $185, so that only gives me a net profit of $63. So I definitely did want that one to be higher, but I always can take a little bit of comfort in knowing that the person that I sold this item to, that I really loved, they also really, really, really love it. They fought for it, you know, they really wanted, they kept coming back. And I mean, that's kind of the magic of what we do a lot of the time, right? There's a lot of haters out there who don't know what they're talking about and think that we are stealing from people, you know, at the thrift stores or whatever. But it's really cool when you come across something happenstance for a deal, because that's what you do for a living or for a hobby or whatever. And you put it online where it gets in front of millions of eyes, and then someone shows up and is like, this is exactly what I've been looking for, you know? And so I really love when that happens too. So that's okay. Such a pretty dress. All right, our next one at number 9. This was a new with tag self-portrait 3D crochet floral lace midi dress in a size 0, navy blue, and then I was running out of stuff to say, so I put spring 2021 because this was a really recent self-portrait dress from 2021. And I actually purchased this on Mercari for $77. And this one I'd had for a little while, 114 days, so that's actually not that long, but only a few small months. But I loved this dress so much, and I got it from this really sweet seller on Mercari. I think she sent me an offer, or I sent her a lower offer, and then she countered me only like $10 higher, and I was like, thank you so much for the deal. And she was like, yeah, I thought it's only fair to meet you in the middle. And I was like, true. So anyway, so she was really sweet. And I feel like a lot of the time these new with tag self-portrait dresses, because I have found a lot of those, I mean a lot, self-portrait runs small. So I think people, that's one of the reasons why you come across a lot of new with tag self-portrait stuff, because people buy it, they forget to return it, and it's too small for them. So anyway, kind of same thing with Hill House Home, like those famous nap dresses. Those run big, actually. So I think that's kind of the same thing, that you can find a lot of new with tag nap dresses for sale online. Anyway, so I sold this on Poshmark for $211. This actually was also during my sale, except this one was only discounted like maybe 30% instead of 40%. So I ended up getting a net profit of $91.80. So pretty good. I really love selling self-portrait. It's just fun. It's just a lot of celebrities wear it. Such pretty stuff. Okay, our number 8. I was so excited about these because these are just, it's one of those times when it's not like you're online looking for specific stuff and you know what you're gonna find. This is when I was out in the wild. I was at a buy-sell trade store and I was checking out, and I saw these marvelous shoes like underneath the register in their clear little thing. And I didn't even know what the brand was, but I was like, what are those? And they got them out, and they were John Fluevog, which I had never sourced before, but I definitely heard of it. And I didn't even need to look up comps for these because, like, look at them. They're so amazing. These are the John Fluevog Scheme Angular Triangles Suede Ankle Booties in Orange Multi, and they are rare. They are called a Flunicorn.
My horn can pierce the sky.
And I paid up $72 for these. They sold in 21 days for $220 on Poshmark. So I profited $104 from those shoes. So that is amazing. These were my size too. Like, I don't think I would ever wear them, but they were just such a work of art. It's so nice when you sell kind of higher end, mid-tier range luxury stuff to just be able to see the quality of this stuff. And they were in great condition. Like, they were flawless on the top. They just had like they had maybe been worn like once or twice before the person decided that they didn't fit or weren't for them or whatever. Okay, these next two were both from the same shopping trip to Buffalo Exchange, and they both sold in 3 days for the same amount. And I had never sold either of these brands before, but I would absolutely go insane with joy if I found them again. Okay. The first one, which it doesn't matter because they sold for the same price, were these new with tag Nili Lotan Sean curved leg cargo pants trousers in uniform green. And I paid up $75 for these, but I knew that this brand was really, really great. This is a great brand, Nili Lotan, if you ever see it. So they sold in 3 days for $225. So I made a net profit of $105 and very, very happy with that, especially after 3 days. Like some people might think that going into a store and seeing a $75 price tag is too outrageous, but no, it's not. You can still make $100 after fees on a lot of stuff. So, and it was funny too because these were size 4, right? And they looked really big when I got them. So when I first got them, before I had like really gotten home and done a deep dive on all the details, I was like, oh, this brand must use vanity sizing, which if you don't know what that is, it's like Ted Baker, or I think even Chico's does it, but I wouldn't really know because I never sold Chico's and I never will. It's like when brands, instead of doing like small, medium, large, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 is like extra small basically, and 5 is like extra, extra large. So these looked really big. So I was like, oh, they're a 4. They must do vanity sizing and these must be like a large, extra large. No, I got home, I looked them all up. They do normal sizing, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And it was really weird because the waistband was closer to a traditional 14 than it was a 4. So I didn't really know what to do. I just put in the listing the measurements that I took, and I put, these run large, and I just left it up to the buyer to, this brand has a huge following. It's definitely a pretty well-known designer brand. So I figured the person who is going to pay the price that I want to get for these probably is familiar with this brand already. If they're going to pay upwards of $200, they probably already know the deal and is like, oh, I know that I take this size in this brand. So, which again is a great thing about selling mid-tier luxury designer, is that you don't really get these problem buyers that you get on cheaper stuff, because if they're going to shell out $200, $300, $400 for one item, then they're probably pretty confident in their existing knowledge of the brand. And they know that they're getting quality. So anyway, and those were new with tag. I really hope I find something like that again. So cool. And this was definitely one where there were like too many stock photos to choose from, but somehow I managed. The next one, same price, found it on the same day, sold it on the same day. Ozma of California, which is a sustainable indie brand that really retains its value. I cannot wait to find it again. Ozma of California, La Piedra, raw silk, cutout back tie, midi dress in black, small. So the tag on this print is kind of inconspicuous, which I feel like is kind of why the consignment store only priced it at $27. And I sold it in 3 days for $225. So that netted me $153. So just from those 2 items and in that one shopping trip, within 3 days, I had already profited $258. That was more than my whole trip that day. So, God, I just love when that happens. So let's just take a moment of silence for when you just find some really kick-ass stuff. I'm not religious, but for fashion, I'll pray. Okay, number 5, top 5. This was my day 1 boo, before everything else. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not like up with all the acronyms. But this was the Veronica Beard Colson multi-button periwinkle double-breasted blazer jacket. So I purchased this off the RealReal, but when my sales were kind of slow and I ran that sale that I had mentioned earlier, I looked back at my January of last year, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'm selling the wrong things. What was my top grossing category of January last year? And it was Veronica Beard blazers, basically. So what I did was I went to the RealReal and I purchased 3 Veronica Beard blazers just like 20 minutes after realizing it. And so this one was the first one to sell, and it sold for, they had it for a pretty cheap price, and it sold for a great price. I got this from the RealReal for $70. I sold it on Poshmark in 9 days for $240. So that makes my net profit on those $122. I love selling Veronica Beard blazers. Jackets in general are my all-time best, highest profiting category in my whole reselling career. But especially Veronica Beard blazers are those things that you can find them for cheap in so many different avenues because people undervalue it, or they just take shitty pictures and they don't, I don't know. People really undervalue it, and they're sought after. These things retail for between $600 and $800 to more. So, you know, somebody paying only $240, and a lot of these buyers out there who don't really even know that reselling is a thing, they don't know the RealReal exists. I mean, I know that I used to hear a lot of ThredUp commercials on podcasts, so I think people know ThredUp a lot more than they know the RealReal. The RealReal, you can flip. Their pricing on the RealReal, especially with their 20% off coupons and their, spend $250, get $50 off for your next purchase. A lot of their prices you can flip, like just FYI. So yeah, profited $122 in just over a week. Boom. Okay, number 4, I was extremely happy with this sale. This was the new tag BCBG Max Azria, Aveline pleated lace illusion cutout formal maxi gown in black. So this I got from Buffalo Exchange as well. I had definitely never sold this brand before, and I didn't really know if I ever would, right? I mean, it's one of those brands that's been around for quite a while. You can find it a lot of the time in the thrift store, just kind of really antiquated, like, bodycon, body wrap, like mini dresses and stuff. It's been around, but they are still around, and they actually do make very nice, expensive, formal dresses. Some really good stuff too, their current stuff. So I paid up $48 for this dress. But even when I was listing it on eBay, even the recommended price point on eBay was like $325. So I knew that this would sell for, around at least $250. And so it did. It sold on eBay for $250. It took 39 days, but that is fine. So I received a net profit of $172.11 on that dress from a consignment store, marked up at $48. So just trust your gut, and if something looks really well made and current, and this was new with tag as well, then check comps, maybe go for it. Our number 3, we are now in the top 3. This is actually a Mercari sale, which I don't see myself quitting Mercari anytime soon. It has plenty of issues. Every platform has its issues, and Mercari is not, it does not really provide sellers with hardly any tools at all. But thanks to my Prime Lister extension, I can relist on Mercari just like I can relist on Poshmark whenever I want. And Mercari does not offer like a copy listing feature like Poshmark does, which I don't use anyway because you have to wait 60 days for the copy feature to put your listing in the just in category. But anyways, I digress. I have a whole video on Prime Lister and why you should get it. Because you should, because it offers the most features for the smallest price. Like, it's seriously a no-brainer. But anyway, I sold, and it's, oh, I forgot. So these pants, these Bogner Fire and Ice Amber Flared Soft Shell Waterproof Side Stripe Ski Pant, these were actually from the same haul at Buffalo Exchange as the Nili Lotan pants and the Ozma dress. I totally forgot about that. So this was like one of the best hauls of my life, probably. So they had these priced at $25, you guys, and you couldn't really, it was like one of those where the brand Bogner was not on the like back center of the pants, and like you kind of had to look inside. Only the back said Fire and Ice, and I just know that ski clothes in general, ski jackets, ski pants, or especially the onesies, can sell for a lot. So I didn't know what, I had never seen like Fire and Ice before. I didn't really know what that was, but I looked inside and saw that it was Bogner, and I never sold Bogner either, but I Googled it in my brain real quick, and my brain turned, you know, the Google result was like, that's expensive. That sounds like designery. I don't know. So I looked it up, and yeah, there were sold comps in the hundreds, well, low hundreds. But anyway, I sold this on Mercari for $252 after only 7 days. Like I said, one of the best hauls of my life. My net profit on these silly little pants was $194.19. So that was great. It's funny, like Mercari, I feel like has a lot of the cheap buyers for sure. Like it's a lot of more like home goods and tacky. At least that's kind of how I think of it. But every couple of months, I'll get like a big fat old single sale from Mercari, like upwards of $200. So, and I think it was just $252 because, like I said, they can't offer you any less than 25% off your asking price, and I priced them at $315. So I'm not going to bust out the calculator, but maybe that was like the minimum that she could offer, which obviously was more than 10 times what I paid for them. So I accepted that very quickly. So $200 on those pants from a consignment store. If you're watching this and you only thrift at Goodwills and local thrift stores, get your to a buy sell trade store right now. After you finish my video in full to completion, then get your to a buy sell trade store. Okay, our top two were pretty amazing. Number two was something that I actually found at Style Encore, which, I don't know, the ladies that run that place are kind of weird. Like, I feel like they might be secretly racist as well, but, so anyway, I only go there, like I don't go there that often, but I definitely have found some really good stuff there. So this was the Tory Burch Trocadero, which is such a fun word to say, equestrian lamb leather belted harness wrap dress. So when I saw this dress, it had so much going for it. So this like a leather harness that it had like going from up here with the buckle was, when I saw that it was real leather, I looked in the tag and saw that it was lamb leather. I was like, oh, I need to look this up immediately. This is going to be worth something. I mean, Tory Burch alone is such a lucrative brand to sell. I know a lot of resellers got started on selling like her, you know, her flip-flops with the logo in the middle and everything like that. So I've made a lot of money off of Tory Burch. But when I looked up this dress, it had an available comp on Tradesy for like $700, and I was like, okay, well you need to calm down a little bit on that. But they had it priced up for $65 at Style Encore, but based on the sold comps, I was like, I can quadruple this easy. So I sold this on eBay in 3 days for $325. So I think I had it priced at like $365 or $395, but I got an offer for $325, and I accepted it really fast because that got me a net profit of $217.75. Such a great deal. Let's have another moment of silence for this sale. Okay, there's a lot of feelings going on in my body right now. Such a pretty dress, and luckily it had can't even tell you who it was, but some blogger had taken really cute photos in it, so it had even great stock photos. There's actually a picture of Tory Burch herself wearing the dress. Don't ask me how I know what she looks like, but I like to follow designers, like their personal accounts. Anyways, so that was number 2. That was an amazing sale. I mean, that's why I just try to go to every place, just kind of rotate it out, because you never know. And our number 1 best sale of January 2021 was this Altuzarra Carolina Crepe Wool Cashmere Blend Raglan Sleeve Cocktail Sheath Dress. So Altuzarra is a great, like, professional brand, I would say. It retails for so much. I don't remember how much this one retailed for, but it was definitely over $1,000. I don't remember. I don't remember how much, but a lot. And this one I actually didn't sell until I relisted it. So I relisted my entire eBay inventory, which I relist my, I usually relist about once a month on all platforms, anything that's like older than 3 weeks old. So this one was 56 days old since the first time I listed it. I relisted it after, having it for like a month or 5 weeks. And it sold for full asking price the next morning. It was one of those where I just woke up, I checked my phone, and I saw your item has sold for $325, and the next notification right above that is your buyer has paid, whatever, plus shipping, because I make them pay shipping too. So I made a net profit on this dress. Oh, let me just tell you, I actually got this at Uptown Cheapskate for $46, which is a fantastic price for anything from this brand, really. And it sold on eBay, I think I already told you that, for $325. So I got a net profit of $241.29. So definitely put this brand on your BOLO list. It wasn't even, like, it was kind of a simple dress too. Like, the main stock photo shows it with this really cool belt, like the Net-a-Porter stock photo, but it did not come with that belt, which I was obviously very clear about. It's just kind of plain, like, it's a black sheath dress with cashmere, like, short sleeves, but it sold for $325. I'd be really interested to know what that person's deal was, like if they're some kind of boss lady company. I don't know. I'd be really interested to know. So anyways, guys, that is it. Some really exciting sales this time, and every single exciting, like a really exciting sale from this month was all obtained from buy-sell trade stores. So it's like getting to the point where it's hard for me to just go to regular Goodwill and not leave in like 20 minutes because I'm just not finding anything. I mean, I went yesterday and I think I spent like $75 on 5 things, which is great. Like, that's a great cost of goods, right? So I'll make like, maybe I'll profit like $300 on that, but it's just not as exciting, so it's not as exciting. It's just amazing. Like, I was talking to someone who worked at Buffalo Exchange, and she was just like, yeah, it's crazy how people will just bring in the craziest designer stuff, and they're literally just like, I don't really care how much that you give me for it. I just want to get rid of it. So, my aunt and my husband say, like, all the time, how are people just giving these things away, basically? And they're basically, what I always say is, there's an ass for every seat. There's different kinds of people everywhere in the world, billions of them to be exact. And, we gotta keep these clothes going. We gotta extend the life of these amazing things. So thank you guys so much for watching. Say bye to the nice people, Gypsy. Bye to the nice people, Gypsy. Well, we will see you guys next time. Bye.